Hey you guys, what's up? In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the brand new ColourPop Sandstone Collection. This is their fall collection and I literally just got this in the mail and I haven't heard anybody talk about it. At the time of me filming this video, ColourPop has not posted about this on their Instagram yet. So yeah, I'm going to be reviewing this collection for you guys. I'm so excited about it. This is one of their newer collections that I've actually been really excited about. I've gotten some of their other ones. I did a review on the Sunflower collection and then I got the Coral one in the mail and I haven't reviewed that one yet. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to see me try out that collection. But yeah, in today's video, I'm going to be trying out everything in the Sandstone collection. We have an eyeshadow palette, cream eyeshadows, lippie sticks, all those things. I'm going to be doing lip swatches and some eyeshadow looks for you guys. So yeah, before we get started, I would really appreciate it if you would give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, I am doing a huge giveaway right now. I'll have it linked in my description box below if you guys want to enter that. And also make sure you guys have your notifications turned on. That way you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. All you have to do is click the bell next to the subscribe button and then you'll receive a notification every time I upload a new video. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. So before I try out everything on the face, I'm going to show you guys everything in this collection, show you guys some close-ups and some swatches. At this time of filming, I don't know any of the prices. There is no price information on the little card and I can't find prices online, but as soon as I find those out, I will have them in my description box below for you guys. So this collection is going to be launching on September 24th. So this is the ColourPop Sandstone Collection. First up, we have their Sandstone Palette. This is their first ever 18-pan eyeshadow palette. It says that this red rock inspired palette captures the warm and earthy tones of the Southwest. Next in this collection, we have 4 of their cream shadows. We also have 3 shades of their cream gel liners. I love these eyeliners. Then we have 4 shades of their Lippie Stix, and these say that they have a brand new blur finish. Also in this collection, we have the Soul Body Mai Tai Shimmering Dry Oil, which is a new copper shade. And then the last thing we have is the 4th Ray Beauty Radiate Vitamin C Elixir. All right, so now I'm going to show you guys some swatches of the palette, the cream eyeshadows, and the Lippie Stix, and pretty much everything in this collection. So I'm first going to swatch the eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to start up here at the top row. So those all swatched really nicely. The mattes are very pigmented, very soft and buttery. These 2 shades are very similar though, so that's the only thing I really have to say so far. All right, moving on down to the second row. Wow, that shade is so pretty. All right, so here are all of the shades in the second row. This row is probably one of the best in the palette. These shades are all gorgeous. This yellow is such a pretty shade. And I'm going to swatch the last row in the palette. So here is the last row. The 3 true mattes down here. What I mean by that is they don't have the shimmer like these 2 shades. Didn't swatch as well, but I'm sure they'll still perform nicely on the eyes. All right, moving on to the cream shadows. First up, we have the shade Agave Bloom. Then we have the shade Zinnia. Then we have the shade Flagstaff. And the last cream shadow is called Prickly Poppy. All right, next up we're going to swatch the 3 eyeliner shades. First up we have the shade Wildcat. Next up is the shade Red Rock. And the last shade is called Juniper. And the last thing I'm going to swatch for you guys is the 4 shades of the Lippie Stix. First up, we have the shade Hike House. Then we have the shade Coyote Ugly. Next, we have the shade Verde Valley, I believe is how you say it. And the last shade is called Prairie Home. So here are all these shades. I love them. They're all gorgeous. I just wish there was a little bit more variety between the shades because I feel like they're all very similar. So now that you guys have seen everything up close, we're going to go ahead and start out with the eyes. I'm going to be testing out the cream eyeshadows and the eyeshadow palette. So I'm thinking I'm going to start out with the cream shadows. And honestly, I don't think that I've ever really tried a cream eyeshadow, at least a matte cream eyeshadow, and these all seem pretty much to be like matte shades. So I might do 2 eyeshadow looks. I'm not really sure yet, but I'm gonna first go in with the shade Agave Bloom, which is one of the cream shadows. And I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna try it out. I'm just gonna pick it up on like kind of like a synthetic flat brush. I'm wondering if I should have like prime my lid first. Oh well. And I'm just gonna try and like blend this into the crease. Like this shade is just like a little bit too dark to use as a base for me, I feel like. All right, I'm gonna grab like a smaller kind of like pencil type brush and pick up a little bit more and just really try and like blend this out. So I'm just gonna kind of play around. I'm gonna take the next shade, which is called Zinnia, I believe, which is like a little bit darker and more like orangey, and I'm gonna just try and apply some of this. I've always wanted to try like matte cream eyeshadows. These feel like pretty tacky, which is good. I feel like if you put like a powder eyeshadow on top of these, like they would last a really long time. All right, just for fun, I'm gonna kind of go in with all of these shades just so you guys can see them. So now I'm gonna take the shade Flagstaff. I'm gonna try and like keep this farther down. Wow, that one has a lot more pigment than these other shades. Okay, now I'm kind of scared. So these are a little bit hard to blend because they're like very tacky. So I definitely feel like they would last a long time, but these are definitely pretty hard to blend. So now I'm gonna take a little bit of Prickly Poppy. This might be a bad idea. And I'm just gonna keep this over here on the outer corner. I think I'm gonna go over this eye with some shades from the palette, and then we can just see how they blend on top of these. All right, so now I'm gonna go in with the Sandstone palette. I actually love how they did this palette. This does not look like a ColourPop palette to me just because of how it's set up, but I'm actually really excited about it. My only problem is that a lot of the shades have like shimmer in them, like they're not like true mattes. I think I'm gonna first go in with the shade Big Bend over here. Actually, you know what? I might mix this shade with Open Road right here because they're very similar. Okay, surprisingly, that blends really easily over those cream shadows. They are a little bit tacky, so I expected it to be hard to blend on top of them, but that was actually like very easy. Now I'm gonna pick up a little bit of the shade Vortex right here, and I'm just gonna go a little bit lower in the crease with this shade. And then I'm gonna pick up a little bit of this kind of like reddish maroon shade, and I'm just gonna start over here on the outer corner and then blend this into the crease. So I think I'm gonna take a little bit of the first cream shadow that I used, and I think I'm just gonna kind of like lightly cut my crease with this shade. So first up for this lid, I think I'm gonna pick up this nice like champagne shade, and I'm gonna start out with a dry brush, and then if it doesn't go on well, I'll probably use some setting spray, but I'm just gonna pop this right here. Oh, wow. Okay, that does not need any setting spray. That is so gorgeous, and I feel like these cream eyeshadows really help these shadows stick. Wow, I love that. So now I think I'm gonna go in with the shade Red Earth right here, and I'm just gonna apply this to the rest of the lid. These are such gorgeous shades. Wow. All right, so here's where we're at so far. I actually love how the eye look is going. So I think I'm gonna take one of the eyeliners now. I'm gonna take the shade Red Rock, and I'm just gonna apply this starting in the inner corner and maybe go like about halfway. And now I think I'm gonna take the shade Juniper, which is the dark brown, and I'm gonna put this on the other half. So now I'm gonna apply like the same shades that I used in my crease. First starting out with Red Rock, which is the kind of like maroon color. And I'm just gonna blend this along the lash line. And then I'm gonna add the lighter shades below to blend it out. All right, so this eye is now complete. I went ahead and applied some mascara. I am very happy with how that eye turned out. So now we're gonna go over to the other eye, and I'm gonna try out some other shades in the palette. But I think I'm gonna try and just prime my lid with that cream eyeshadow I've been using, which is the lightest shade. It is just a little bit like darker than I would prefer, but I want to make this work. So I think I'm going to start with like the same 2 first shades because they're like the best kind of like transition type shades in the palette. And I'm just going to blend these really quickly throughout the crease. I am going to take Vortex again just because it's kind of like a neutral shade. And I'm just going to put this a little bit lower in the crease. Now I'm going to pick up the shade Grounded right here, which is a matte brown. And I'm going to first start by putting this on the outer corner. And then I'm going to blend it a little bit into the crease. And then I'm going to take a little bit of this like super deep, kind of like purpley brown over here. And I'm just going to use this to deepen up my outer corner. So I'm going to cut my crease again with that cream shadow. I feel like this product has been really nice to have. So I think I'm going to go like a little bit crazy on this eye just because why not? So I'm going to first pick up the shade Desert Sky right here, which is kind of like a duochrome type green shade. And I'm going to pop this right here in my inner corner. I'm like shocked at how good these shimmery shades are like without my brush being wet. Like they look amazing. And then I'm going to pick up the shade Westward right here, which is that really pretty kind of like olive type green. And I'm going to put this on the rest of my lid. All right, so I cannot do this review of this palette without using the bright yellow. So I'm going to do something crazy. And I think I'm going to pop this in my inner corner. Wow, that shade is bright. Now I'm going to take the last eyeliner in this collection, and this one's in the shade Wildcat, and I'm going to apply this to the entire lash line. And now I'm going to go ahead and just do this lower lash line off camera because I'm pretty much just going to be putting like the same shades that I put in my crease, and then I will be right back. All right, so both eyes are pretty much done. Really quickly before we do lip swatches of the Lippie Stix, I'm going to take the shade Bell Rock right here. And I'm going to pop this in this inner corner. And then I'm also probably going to put a little bit on the brow bone. All right, so the eyes are complete. Honestly, this eyeshadow palette performed amazing. ColourPop has amazing eyeshadow palettes, so I'm not surprised at all. I really like how this eye turned out. I feel like the cream shadows really helped, which was good because I've never really tried those before, so I'm really excited to have those in my collection. So now I'm going to go ahead and do lip swatches of all of the Lippie Stix, and I'm really excited about these because I used to love their Lippie Stix, and now these have a new like blur formula, so I'm really curious how these are going to look on the lips. So first up, we have the shade Hike House. Wow, that's really like creamy. That feels like so velvety. All right, so here is this shade. I love it. It is such a perfect shade for the fall, and it really does like blur the look of your lips. Even though this is matte, it feels very comfortable. Next up, we have the shade Coyote Ugly. All right, this one was not my best lip swatch. I feel like the formula of this one was not like as creamy as the first shade, but I love this color. This is obviously perfect for fall as well. All of these shades are gonna be, but yeah, I really like the shade. I just wish the formula was a little bit more creamy like the other one. Next up, we have the shade Verde Valley. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. So here is this shade. Once again, not my best lip swatch, but I love this shade. It's like kind of like a red, but more of like a muted red, so I really like it a lot. All right, the last Lippie Stick we have here is called Prairie Home. So here is the last shade. Obviously, I love this one as well. This one had a very similar formula to the first one. So these two shades, the shades Hike House and then Prairie Home, had that very like soft velvety formula that just kind of like glide on very easily. And then I would say these shades Verde Valley and Coyote Ugly had kind of similar formulas as well. These were still soft, but they weren't as like smooth as these two shades. So I actually really love these a lot. The Lippie Stix are very comfortable on the lips. They do last a pretty long time and they are very easy to apply. So love these. These are perfect for fall. So yeah, that is everything in this collection. I am really excited about everything. Like I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of use out of everything in this collection, especially the Lippie Stix. I'm really excited to wear these during the fall time. And I actually love the color story of this eyeshadow palette because I feel like last year for fall they did a very warm like berry toned palette, and this one has more like neutral shades in it, so I feel like you can create like lighter, more natural looks, especially with the cream shadows. I didn't expect to like these as much as I did, so yeah, I'm really impressed with everything. And then of course the packaging of everything is just like So cute. I love the like tribal print. I think it looks amazing. So yeah, based on my first impressions, I am like really impressed with this collection. Hopefully I can give you guys like links and more info in the description box. Obviously, I haven't like seen anybody talking about this anywhere yet. Maybe by the time that I upload this video, there'll be some more information so I can share that with you guys. So yeah, that is it for today's video. Let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of this collection. So I hope you guys all enjoyed today's video. If you did, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you're not already. Also, make sure you guys check out that giveaway that I mentioned at the beginning of today's video. I'll have it linked in my description box below. And also, before you guys go, make sure you have your notifications turned on. That way you don't miss out on any of my upcoming videos. All you have to do is click the bell next to the subscribe button, and then you'll receive a notification every time I upload a new video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching.